Okay, so how are you guys? Let me be comfortable. Comfortable. Yeah, I think I'm comfortable this way. Okay, so have you guys heard of Miranda rights? I have. So I'll just read the standard Miranda warning, and this is from Google. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to speak to an attorney and to have an attorney present during any questioning. I think different countries also have Miranda rights. I don't know if we have it in Kenya. I think maybe we do, but from the stories that I've had, I don't know if the police read this warning to every person in Kenya. I might be wrong though, so that's something that I'll have to look at so that I don't report falsehoods. Yeah, so this is another one. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without an attorney present, you will still have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to an attorney. So yesterday I was looking for something to watch, yeah. And so I was just going through the different movies. My husband and I like watching movies based on true stories, and we love watching documentaries. Yeah, we like fictitious movies too, but yeah, we tend to lean more towards the documentaries and movies based on true stories, movies or series based on true stories. Yeah, so anyway, I'm saying all this to say that yesterday when I was looking for something to watch, sorry guys, I don't know why I'm choking. Okay. Oh God. That's okay. All right. Oh my God. Yeah. So yesterday when I was looking for something to watch, I came across hi Charles, how are you? Charles, it's been a while. How are you doing? You okay? I don't know what happened. I just choked on my own saliva. How crazy is that? Yeah. So I was looking for something to watch, and hi Got Nuggies, hi VIP in Leo Edits. How are you guys? Yeah, and then I came across this movie called Miranda's Victim. Yeah. So I didn't up until yesterday I hadn't questioned, like, where the Miranda rights came from or stuff like that. I just thought it was like a bill passed into law and that was it. So it's really interesting to know the story behind the Miranda rights. I'm blessed just now getting home from work. Oh, well, I hope you get time to rest. How are you doing? Love the braids. I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. There's a time I wasn't well, but now I'm doing much better. Thank you. Fine. Oh, that's good to know that you're fine. VIP in Leo Edits. Yeah. And guys, thank you for the likes. And those who have not subscribed, please subscribe too. Yeah, so the movie is called Miranda's Victim. If you have time, you can watch the movie. Actually, this incident happened in 1963. I think most of us, maybe even none of us were or was born at that time, you know. So Miranda's Victim. It's a really good movie. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Charles. I'm glad you feel better. Thank you. Yes, it's 1963. Yes, got nuggies. So it's called Miranda's Victim. The film actually is a 2023 film. They say that there's some scenes which are like maybe a little bit exaggerated, but they stick to telling the story, like to the they try to tell the story as truthfully as they can, you know? So they can exaggerate some scenes, but they still keep the integrity of the story intact. All right? That's a long time ago. Yeah, it is. So it is based on a true story, Miranda's Victim, and it's based on the life of Patricia. Let me say it right. Patricia Trish Weir. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Weir. So her name is Patricia, but she preferred Trish to Patricia. Okay, yeah. So it also depicts the origin of the Miranda warning. So from this story, that's where the Miranda warning originated from. It's a really, really sad story. It brought me to tears at some points. You know, it's very heavy because it has to do with rape, and rape is a huge, huge violation. Yeah. Um, it is something that should never ever happen to anyone. I do not understand how someone in their right mind would just take away someone's innocence like that, or just forcefully take away something that is so precious, you know, yeah, to the other person. So um it's based on true events. Oh, you just subscribed. Thank you. Thank you, good Nagis. I appreciate it. Sabit Muhammad, hi. Hello. Yeah, so Trish, who was she was kidnapped and sexually assaulted in 1963. All right. So when I watched the movie, what happened was this is based on the movie. She was working. She was a teenager in high school, working at like a food joint. I would say maybe like a fast food joint or maybe just a cafe at the time. And there was this guy. Hello, hi, got Nagis and Sabid. Yeah. Is that your handwriting in the back? Yes, it is. Thank you. Thanks, God Nagis. Yeah. So she was working, and then she had like she had just started talking to this guy. He looked like a nerd because he had like books he was reading. So it was cool to see, you know, when teenagers like have a love interest when they're young. So it's a little bit awkward and also cool to watch. So she worked late that night so that they could take a bus ride together with this gentleman, and she got off at her stop, you know, around midnight, and she got off work at 11:30 p.m. So as she was walking to her home, this guy just pulled up in a car and grabbed her while she was crossing the street, grabbed her, put her in his vehicle, and drove off and committed this atrocious act. So very, very, very sick, if you ask me. Yeah. So this is just me narrating what I saw in the movie yesterday. So what happened is after that, he dropped her off, and then she went back home. She was really shook, you know. She at that time she was a virgin, and then this person just took away her innocence and kidnapped. It was just horrible, horrible. Yeah, her sister in the movie was very supportive, you know. They went to the doctor. The doctor took the samples so that they could take it to the lab to be tested. And after that, she went to the police. Her mom was very skeptical about the whole thing because she said that at the end of the day, you know, she doesn't think that her daughter will get justice. So she was just trying to convince Patricia to let everything go and stuff like that. But her sister was very instrumental in encouraging her to report that, not only for herself, and also Patricia herself really wanted to protect other girls as well. Yeah. You have a good accent. Thank you. Is Miranda Rights famous? I wouldn't say famous, but I say that it's something that is used now. It's been adopted by other countries, Yeah. After it was passed here in the US. Yeah. So it's a well-known thing. Yeah. So anyway, what happened is after that, so the police was investigating. So the police asked Patricia to describe the person who, performed these attacks, this evil act. So when she described the person, they were able to like try and figure out who the person was. So there was this gentleman, he was called Miranda. Let me see his other name. There were ladies who had come forward to complain or to report. Yeah, report is the better word. That they were, beaten and robbed, and you could see their pictures. You could clearly see, yeah, that he had beaten them up. With Patricia, there were no visible external marks. Yeah. And the doctor also in the movie made a point to note that. And I was like, oh, what does that mean? Yeah. So let me see Miranda's full name. Yeah. So anyway, fast forward, let me keep it short. I'm gonna have to go in a lot. Oh, I don't understand. Did you draw those hearts? No, I did not. That is a painting that was gifted to me. Yeah. I did not do that. So Miranda's full name is... So his name was Ernesto Arturo Miranda. At that time, he was living with a lady, and they had a baby, but they were not like officially married, but they were living together as husband and wife. So when Patricia decided to go back to work, her sister asked, I think it was her boyfriend or the husband to the sister, to wait for Patricia at the bus stop so that he can walk her home, because previously she was kidnapped by Ernesto and raped by Ernesto. So when he was waiting there reading his newspaper, he saw a vehicle, and then by the time he noticed, he was like, oh my gosh, this could be the person who did that. And Ernesto Miranda drove off, and then he wrote down the number plates. And then with this number plate, he was able to give it to the police, and they were able to find that it belongs to Ernesto. Okay. Hi, Samjes. How are you? Yeah. So they were able to find out that it belongs to Ernesto. And what happened is they brought him in for questioning. So when they brought him in for questioning, Patricia was there. So they did the lineup. No, they asked him, if he knows the girl. When they were bringing him in for questioning, they told him that they don't want to do it in front of his wife, because the police believed that was the wife then. And so they brought him in they didn't tell him what exactly they were going to question, him about, so that they can bring him to the police station. So they brought him there, and then they asked him, what he was doing that night, blah, 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 just normal police questioning. And then he confessed that he gave her a ride, Patricia, and that the sex was consensual. All right? Yeah. So they asked him to write all that confession, like to have it in writing. And so after that, hi, Daryl Davis. Yeah, so after he wrote everything, the confession, they went to trial. So now the challenge by Ernesto's lawyer, the first lawyer, was that when he was being questioned, he was not given a right... No. Let me not go ahead of myself. That was not the first one. The first lawyer was like, the interrogation might have been forceful because he didn't have a lawyer present, that there was no lawyer present. So maybe he was saying the police coerced him into giving that confession. And then during the lineup, he was the only one who was asked to put on glasses because Patricia had said that she can recognize him when he has the glasses on. So she said that maybe he could be the one, like she thinks he is the one, because it was a little bit dark when that evil act happened. Yeah, but anyway, so after that, they went to trial. He was jailed, but the Ernesto's lawyer had his reservations, and I think he put it in the file. Blah blah blah. So a few years later, there's another lawyer that picks up the case, I think through an organization, because Ernesto never paid for any lawyer fees or anything like that. It was provided to him at the time. Yeah, so he took I'm trying to remember correctly. So the lawyer took the file. I don't know what that means. The lawyer took the file, and then after he took the file, what did he do? He took the file, reviewed the case, and then decided, oh, it's a dance. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. So he took the file and then decided to go to the Supreme Court to challenge that the interrogation was done without a lawyer present, and the services of an attorney were not offered to Ernesto at that time, Ernesto Miranda. So yeah, sure enough, they went to the Supreme Court. They had gone to the highest court of the land in Arizona then, but then the courts, decided that, like the court upheld the judgment of the lower courts. So this guy decided to take it to the Supreme Court of the United States of America. So they listened to the case and everything. All this time, Patricia's name was not reported to the public. Like, it was kept secret just because, she was already married at this time. And at that time, to be honest, the rape victims were really looked at as being disgraceful, which is so mind-boggling because they are the victims, Yeah. So anyway, they went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ruled that they should have offered Miranda the services of an attorney when he was being arrested. Yeah, so because the police did not inform Miranda that he has a right to an attorney, so they, I don't want to say cancel. There's a name for it. I think there is a term for it. Yeah, but that judgment was, thrown aside, and so they had to go back to prosecute the case again. And remember, this time Patricia is married with a child, and she was really traumatized, by what happened, and it really affected her marriage. But anyway, I commend her because she decided that she's going to testify and she's going to speak her truth, Yeah. So they went forward to trial, and justice was served because Miranda's ex-girlfriend or ex-wife, if you want to say, but they were not really like officially or legally married, agreed to testify against him, right? I'm confused. This is a lot of information. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm almost winding up. Yeah. So what is it called? Now I just lost my train of thought. Patricia decided to testify again. Miranda's ex-girlfriend or ex-wife, in quotes, decided to testify against him. When she had visited him in jail, he whispered in her ear and told her that he raped Patricia. And so that statement really bothered the ex-wife, and eventually she decided to come and speak the truth. Okay, and decided to speak the truth. So she went and testified, and after she testified, and Patricia also testified, And eventually they ruled that Miranda was guilty. But what the ruling at the Supreme Court did was to uh, bring forth the Miranda warning. So that's why whenever anyone is arrested now, the police are required to read out this warning for them. The Miranda's rights. Yeah. All right. I know I'm a little bit long-winded. Sorry, Sam Jess, but I tried my best. Yeah. But anyway, what you can do, Sam Jess, you can watch the movie. It's called Miranda's Victim. Yeah. And I was just trying to explain in a few minutes, what the movie is about. Yeah, sorry if it's a spoiler to anyone who really wanted to go and watch the movie, but it's a good movie to watch. It's really sad. Yeah, I got very emotional just because, kidnap and rape is something not to be joked with. It's very, very, it's a nefarious act if you ask me. Yeah. Well, sorry about that, Sam Jess. I tried my best. Yeah, and so that's how we have Miranda's rights. Yeah, So interesting facts. Yep. And I'm just happy that this lady got justice, especially in those years, 1963. I think the ruling was done maybe in 1966 or 1967. That's when, the case came to a close after the two trials. I meant on your live shot, so I have a low attention span. I don't understand some just my lives are shorts. I'm confused. I meant on your live shots. All right, guys. So unless you guys have any question about that, I will read the Miranda warning one more time in case you missed it. On your short, you mean my shorts, the videos that I post? The shorts? I also post videos, but people don't watch the videos as much as they watch the shorts, which I don't know why. Oh, my YouTube shorts. Okay. Yeah, YouTube shorts are only up to a minute. Only up to 1 minute. I post videos as well. The videos are a little bit longer if you have a look. Okay, so I'll go ahead and read the Miranda warning. This is off of Google. Let me see the correct one. But I think if you've watched movies, you've had the police, like when they're arresting someone, they read out the Miranda rights. Okay, so. Okay. If you check on Google, there's like different versions, but this will just give you an idea of what the Miranda rights are. Yeah. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. Do you understand the rights I have just read to you? With these rights in mind, do you wish to speak to me? So the police is actually mandated by law to read out these rights to someone when he or she is being arrested, And yeah, so also like in court or in a case, the person being accused will be asked like, did what the Miranda rights are read out to you, when you're being arrested. So it's a pretty big deal just because of that landmark case that happened at the Supreme Court. And it's unfortunate that it took the life of Patricia being damaged and stuff by this evil person. Yeah, or this person committing evil acts, however you want to look at it. Yep. So let me read this one and then that's it. This is also another one that I've pulled up online. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to consult with a lawyer before questioning and to have a lawyer present during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you free of charge prior to any questioning. Yeah, and so other countries have adopted the Miranda rights. Let me see how many countries. I don't know if my country, Kenya, has this. I don't know. Countries using the Miranda rights. So about 108 countries around the world give warnings of a right to remain silent. Some countries also specify that detainees have the right to have these rights explained in a language they understand, because we know not everyone speaks English, and English is not the first language to most people around the world. All right. Yeah. So the concept of Miranda rights originated in the United States after the 1966 Supreme Court's decision in Miranda versus Arizona. The court ruled that Ernesto Arturo Miranda's Fifth and Sixth Amendment rights were violated during his arrest and trial. All right, so guys, that's it for the Miranda rights. Very informative, I just knew that, oh, we have there's Miranda rights, but I really didn't know the backstory, or what happened to for us to have this kind of law in place. Yeah, so interesting to learn. We learn each and every day, So do you guys have any questions, any thoughts, any comments before I go? Let me see if Kenya has Miranda rights. No further questions. You're on. Oh, Sam Jess, you made me laugh. You made my morning. Thank you. That was funny. Thanks for that. Let me see. Okay, so in Kenya, we practice the Miranda rights as well. Okay. So an accused person, this is in Kenya, my country, has the right to choose and be represented by an advocate and to be informed of this right promptly. To have an advocate assigned by the state at the state's expense if substantial injustice would otherwise result. To remain silent and not to testify during proceedings. Okay. Not yet, Sam Jess. We already talked about this, right? I think this is the third time you're asking me now. I already explained. No worries, because there are also like other people who had asked like way beforehand when I just started. Yeah. So it's like a couple of people plus yourself. Yeah. Right now, I really don't need a moderator, so yep. But when I do, for sure, I'll consider you. I will consider you. Don't cry. Okay, guys. So thank you so much. I hope that you have a wonderful day. All right. And I will see you guys later on this afternoon. I don't know what time exactly, because I have a few things lined up, so I might not make it for 3:30 p.m. But I'll sure try to come back live. That's why you need to press the notification bell so you're notified every time I'm live. Bye. Bye, everyone. It was nice seeing you guys here. And remember to be a kind human. It doesn't cost a thing. Bye.